Zach Sinter banged up. We don't know what the extent of it is, left and went with the training staff. So we'll find out that as it goes on. And as soon as we know something, we'll pass that along. What are you paying attention to? What's the most important thing in the Carolina joint practices? And quarterback is always going to be important when you're looking for one. So we'll take that out of the equation. What are some things, if you hear this is happening, it's really good, and if you hear this is happening, it's not so good?
Well, for me, it's going to be just because of the controlled atmosphere they'll be in. It's the identity, right? Can they run the ball and can they stop the run? Do they have a physical presence on their double teams, on their zone? Can they get the gap schemes going with the power, counter, pin, and pull? Can they get to the edge? How are these backs? How is Sampson going to be? Can they get to second and third and long when they're on defense? Because if they can win first down, now you get to turn those pass rushers loose with those good coverage guys and those good linebackers. So for me, it's all about the interior. Can they control the interior line of scrimmage from tackle to tackle, both in the run game on offense and in defense? If they can do that, there's some success moving forward, because that you have a chance to win if you can run the ball and stop the run. So it's really not the schemes, it's the identity that I'll be looking at Friday night. Are they physical, and do they stay consistently physical throughout the game?
I'm curious if the Panthers can block the defensive line. That's one of the things, even in the practices, in the joint practices. Can this defensive line pretty much wreck an offense?
Well, if you're a zone team, like the Browns like to run that zone, and when you're these guys aren't reading the offensive lineman that much, so it's really hard to run zone. And the Browns have really struggled running their zone this week because of the technique and the way that the defensive linemen play for the Browns. They're getting in that gap and going. When you're 300 pounds and you're just saying, I'm going to run through B gap, it's really hard to double team. So if a team is going to play read and react, which a lot of teams do, I think these double teams will be are going to be very, very successful. On the other hand, yes, it's going to be very interesting, because I guarantee you Carolina is not seeing guys like Mason Graham and Malik Collins and Myles Garrett and Alex Wright. Not that they don't have players like that, but their Browns are 8 to 10 deep with guys who are long, can penetrate one gap or so. It'll be very interesting. I expect them to dominate, be pretty dominant on the defensive side of the ball, especially that defensive line against whatever offensive line, especially early on when the Panthers haven't really prepared like they will with a scouting report during the year.